What's up, my people? It's your boy YaoCrack, and I'm back on your screens today. Thank you for joining me. I know it's been a minute. Let me assure you, I have a lot more content coming. We've been working on some few things and possibly some collaborations. So you see a lot more from the YaoCrack team this year. You all know about Andrew Tate, the top G, okay? And there's been a whole debacle about him, whatever it is that took him to jail, and it seems charges have not been pressed and all of that and whatnot, this and that. We're all going back and forth on this whole thing. Is it true? Did he do it? Did he not do it? And all of that. But I've seen a lot of people reacting to this Andrew Tate movie trailer. I remember doing an Andrew Tate video. I think my last two videos was an Andrew Tate video. I think it was a funny compilation of some of his contradictory statements. Maybe he might have had some wild statements that were quite derogatory in the past, but I think growing up now, he has realized his influence. He has realized how important his words are, and I think he's trying to take on the role of more of a mentor to young guys. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's get the numbers up. Okay, so let's get in this Andrew Tate official movie trailer. Okay.
I will say this because I say it on every single podcast. If they lock me up for some insane bullshit,
Tate has been arrested.
I didn't do it.
The Matrix has attacked me.
If I carry on at the trajectory I'm carrying on, they're going to put me in jail because I'm too influential. For the people watching at home,
He is influential.
just need to sit and understand that the system does not make rules for the good of you. It makes rules for the good of the people who make the rules. And a lot of the life paths laid out to the average man at home today is not for their own good. It's only going to lead them to depression and misery.
I believe that. That's very, very true. Those who make the rules in their favor and not for the average man. Just look at it. If a politician steals a huge sum of money, they never do jail time. They are pardoned on some weird theory, and they have the law to back them. But if someone goes to steal, let's say, just a tin of rice or something in the streets, these people are mobbed, these people are lynched, and they are even put behind bars. You see the outrageous sentences that the judges give to them. But for our politicians, we hear of their scandals, we hear of all them swindling with the citizenship, and nothing bad happens to them. So I believe it's true.
Do you think you're a force for good?
I absolutely not really know I'm a force for good because I'm a force for truth. And truth is a good thing. Without truth, we're going to end up in absolute tyranny and slavery, and we're already on our way there. I think there's a whole swath of the population, especially young men, that feel disenfranchised. I haven't put a magic spell on the world. The fact that people like what I say means that they agree with me.
Young men do feel disenfranchised. Young men feel disenfranchised. I would say especially in the West, where we have this whole feminism movement ongoing, and there is this sort of cancellation of anything that's let's say hurts people's feelings. Okay, let's say the whole Western world is being feminized, and a bit of that is also leaking into Africa and other countries. You see that ladies are trying to take on this independence boss B role, and it's all well and good, alright, but the role of a man is to protect and provide, okay? And men find accomplishment in that, providing for a woman and all of those things. So if I go pick up this girl and she's saying that she doesn't need me for anything, automatically, what am I saying? I'm being cancelled out of life. Like, my role in a relationship is being obsolete.
Me deep inside, they may be afraid to say it themselves, but I am seen as a bastion of free speech and a bastion for masculinity as a whole, because a lot of men are largely forgotten about.
There's no evidence in my files. I've done nothing wrong. Everybody knows I'm innocent.
This is a huge injustice the way we see it. They should not be detained at this point. There are not even charges filed against them.
People are trying to...
That's wild, right? Like, they were being detained without any charges. And that's crazy. At least, like, I know there were these overall charges that they are being arrested on is it human trafficking, and so far no proper charges have been put out. So why are they being apprehended? People argue that their house arrest should have even come before they go into jail. So what's up with all of this?
Set him up to look like he's something that he's not.
I mean the best for people. I want everyone to be successful. I want the world to be a better place. And I think the world's a better place based on the back of strong men who stand up for what they believe in. I think that's how the world's always been a better place. The Matrix programming says the opposite. They're telling us that to be a better place, all the men need to be weaklings and compassionate without any morals or without any hard lines or beliefs. And they must talk in a very, very soft way. And we need to be very, very compassionate and very, very tolerant and all these things. But if you look at history, the only times things were peaceful and nice is when strong men stood up with their swords and said, no, this is mine and this works this way and no one's going to come fuck with it. I think that masculinity and strength is what makes things beautiful, is what preserves things, and it's what we need more of. This is what's missing from the world.
Masculine men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about. We have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we know we're supposed to do them. And it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible, and I need to work hard to achieve those things.
I believe that. Like, you have a duty, even if you might not feel like doing something today. Duty tells you to do it. Like, you don't have a choice. I'm not saying that you shouldn't relax or take a break or anything like that, but there are certain things that need to be done and you have to go forth and do them. I'm all about motivation. I'm all about empowerment, and I really rock with this message a lot. Everybody feels this. There are days where you don't feel like getting out of bed. You struggle. You have to peel yourself off your pillow and move on your day. But you just have to. You feel like, oh, you might even hit the alarm snooze several times, but at the end of the day, you still have to get out of the bed and get your stuff going. So I think, you cannot escape duty no matter how you feel. Yeah, no matter your mood or whatever it is. Yeah.
You cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life. Because your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather. Right. You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything besides what you think.
There's no such thing as too much masculinity if it's genuine.
That's true. That's so true. The only thing you can control is your mind. Your mind, your thoughts. Your mind is the engine of your whole self, right? So if you can't control these other things or external factors, so I think you have to feed your mind with proper materials, proper content. You have to feed your mind with positivity. You have to feed your mind with knowledge that will take you far. Yeah.
Genuinely masculine. Genuine masculinity is not out here to hurt people. It's absolutely the opposite. It's out here to protect. And when bad things happen, they call traditionally masculine men. If you need a firefighter, you need a masculine man. When you call the police because of the problem you have, you want masculine men. And as soon as a woman or a man is in trouble, when you look for backup, you look for masculine men. And masculine men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about. We have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we know we're supposed to do them. And that's why we stayed in the Titanic and died. And the dangerous thing about overly emotional men is that they're dangerous. They're genuinely dangerous. This is what's crazy. All these people who talk about...
this thing about the Titanic, I think people might say it's a cliche point, a point that always goes to, and that's the most extreme things. But that's how we make references, or that's how we make comparisons. We always have to compare them to the extreme things. Talking of firefighters and policemen, and let's say all those masculine roles, those roles that have a bit of physicality to them. Yeah, they are always there to protect. That's why he said that true masculinity is not toxic. It's there to protect and to provide. So I think, yeah, that's quite solid.
Toxic masculinity and how bad it is for men to be traditionally masculine. A traditionally masculine man does things he doesn't feel like doing because it is his duty to do them. He charges into the building because it is his duty. Not because he feels like it, because it is his duty. We're now teaching the new generation of men that they don't have duty and they can just act on their feelings and act how they feel, and they don't have to act as a man should. Do you know what happens when you get men who just act how they feel? You get school shooters, you get violence, you get rapists. Men who do not control their emotions are dangerous. If you find a man who is stoic, he's not gonna hurt people. He's gonna sit and think about his actions very carefully, and he's gonna be a good man who protects and provides for his family. You find a man who just acts out on impulse and does whatever he feels like, you're gonna find a dangerous man. Sitting here telling men to cry more and act with their feelings, and it's okay to feel this way, that way, etc., and have no self-control. That is why we have the problems we have in the world.
Wow. That struck me hard because it's men who are not in control of their feelings or in control of their emotions that are more dangerous. And I think it's true. I think that true masculinity also has a component of stoicism, and you have to be a bit more composed, you have to be relaxed. You don't have to be the rah-rah type, especially like some of our hip hop artists, some of these gangsters that we look up to in the Western world, in their raps, they are always all and about going crazy on the least thing, just acting a fool, just being wild and all of that. But that's not how true masculinity is. True masculinity is more like a John Wick. You are stoic, you are just calm, patient, you don't talk much. I like that.
Absolutely not wrong. So when they talk about toxic masculinity, they have it completely inversed on its head. Completely not wrong. We need to be teaching Stoicism. We need to be teaching young men to understand that the world is very, very difficult. It's hard to be a man. You're going to feel bad sometimes. You need to suck it up and perform anyway. Not just sit there and cry your eyes out or blame other people. We live in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But you know what? To some degree, it does matter. It does matter, and I'll tell you who it matters to. It matters to your soul, and it matters to God. I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know
it matters to your soul and it matters to God. It matters to your soul and it matters to God. Yeah. It matters to you, your soul, your own conscience. Okay, and also matters to your creator, the one who puts you on this earth and give you a purpose. Wow, this guy is deep. This guy is deep. So you can see that he also has a bit of religion, or less a bit of morality to him too, which is quite positive.
I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work, start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky you'll become. Wow. God is unhappy with these people. And inside their hearts, they're unhappy. We talk about depression, anxiety. That comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness. You loathe your own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever...
Whoa, I think that's also true. Parts of depression comes from self-loathing. But let's say, because of how invested you are in it, let's say sentimentally or emotionally, it's not moving in a particular direction that you want. Will also have a bit of a toll on you, so that might push you into depression. So I think what he's saying over here in regards to controlling your mind and him not being depressed is that he's able to detach himself from certain things that will weigh him down or are risks to his overall composure. Careful, being calculated, and knowing what to invest our emotions and our life into. But again, okay, let's continue.
Fucking be. How can I feel depression when I could squeeze my own hand hard enough to break my own bones? How can I feel depression when I've smashed and destroyed 68 people's faces in front of me, men who thought they could test me in fair combat? How can I feel depressed? It's impossible. Do you understand?
You love me. Angel takes one of the most wonderful.
Why does this pic look so depressing? It's like he's dead. Come on, the guy is not dead.
Human beings I've ever met in my life. I hate everything that's going on. Like, love them with all my heart.
Yeah.
Like, I'll die on that mountain with you, bro. Let's get on that hill. Where's the sword?
What is the enemy of the state, so to speak?
You can see that this guy has really helped a lot of people come from the lows of life, the lows of society. It's really impactful. I've been listening to some of Andrew Tate's speech for some days now. Even sometimes I even play it in the morning before going to bed just to get that charge up I need for the day, and it's quite positive. It's quite positive. Like he has a bit of harshness to him though. Like he has this sort of military combative role. I think that also stems from his history as a combat athlete. He was into kickboxing, so he has that sort of warrior mentality around him that guides him. He also applies that in other aspects of the other areas of his life. So anything that he's talking about is like combat, and I think that's quite accurate. Like, because life is war. There are some battles that you have to fight within. There are some battles that you have to fight outside. I think that's also another reason why I like combat sports a lot. If those who know me personally say that I follow this UFC, I follow boxing, because like these people live on the edge, okay, And we always compare everything to the past when we're living as warriors. We had to fight every day for our lives. We had to fight every day to get a meal. You have to go out and hunt. And these modern day combat athletes and sportsmen also live in a similar fashion, because they have to train themselves daily. They have to go out there and fight somebody. Look, they are fighting somebody. They're not fighting a system or something. They are fighting other people. Okay, and it's also a life and death scenario. A punch landed somewhere could take it to your death. So I think part of the mentality that guides these combat-oriented individuals is quite positive, and also just watching them live their life, watching their interviews and things like that, it's quite motivating, because like they are living on the edge. They are actually living the warrior lifestyle. Okay, and it's quite powerful. I like it.
He's got the hearts of young men. Mm-hmm. He's got the hearts of young men.
And that's a threat.
Absolutely.
I feel like men nowadays need an Andrew Tate. He's a guy who's motivating men to be men.
If you cannot control your own mind, then you go through life with zero control, zero influence. You can't control anything. You're just a feather in the wind, waiting for life to blow you from happy place to sad place to happy place to sad place, completely hoping on the gods to be fortunate to you, because if any genuine discomfort comes your way, you're fucked. Because everybody's fucking distracted. They're getting distracted by this, distracted by that, watching fucking Netflix, jerking off to Pornhub like fucking jackasses. It's so easy to win. If you,
I agree. There's a lot to agree on this video. Wow, it's so true. The distraction, battling social media addiction right now. I think everybody is battling social media addiction, right? Because you cannot put your phone down for an hour unless maybe you really tune your mind to whatever activity that it is you have to carry out. It's crazy. It's like anytime we take a break from work, we just move to our phone. Anytime you take a break from this bigger screen, you move to a smaller screen, then you move to another smaller screen, then you have to move back to this big screen. And it's crazy. Isn't that what people are addicted to? Netflix and also Pornhub, just jacking off and all of those things. It's crazy. It's that all alludes to addiction, a form of addiction. And how do we deal with addiction? That's through mental fortitude. Okay, so I think what he's saying also goes to justify this, that you not being able to control your mind makes you like a feather, and you are just being blown from one place to another. And it's so true that it's crazy. Like, I'm just realizing my life right now. Oh, so when I pick up with this phone and I go on social media, and then just finish scrolling through Facebook, I'm tired. Before I realize I'm on Instagram and I'm scrolling and I'm tired. Before I realize I'm on another app and I'm like, something I feel like even throwing the phone away. Like, just get yourself to focus. Just get yourself to focus for more than an hour. Focus on something. Focus on the task. Focus on the study that you have to do. Focus on something that will take you somewhere. It's really hard. Maybe I will do another video talking about this social media addiction and so on and so forth. But this is so true. Battling addiction stems a lot from mental fortitude. It's linked.
You can control your own mind, but it seems that nobody fucking can. And that's how the people who run the world keep the world running, because they have all the slaves exactly where they need them to be, permanently distracted and semi-depressed, working their asses off in jobs which will
permanently distracted and semi-depressed. That's wild.
never satisfy them and never pay enough money. That's the matrix. To be permanently distracted and semi-depressed, working their asses off in jobs which will never satisfy them and never pay enough money. That's the matrix.
That's the matrix. Jobs that will not pay enough. Honestly, let me keep quiet about it. The 9 to 5 isn't something that we should engage in forever. maybe at the initial stages of your life, yes, you have to work for somebody. That's it. How would you manage your own thing? So you have to work for somebody first. It gets to a time, then you move on to your own personal thing and you work on. Okay, it's very. God bless you if you're able to skip the 9 to 5 right out of school, or maybe once you start life, you just zoom into your own business, your own thing that you can manage and go and control. That's perfect. But for those the majority who don't have that fortune on their side, yes, you can start with a 9 to 5, but don't put it as your life goal, unless maybe it's a job that you enjoy or something like that. But I think that the goal is just to explore, just to be adventurous and look at things that you can do that will bring contentment to your heart and also earn you some big bucks. Yeah.
Hey Andrew, how do I get like a 6-pack quick? What's the fastest way to get a 6-pack?
Why does it have to be quick? Why does it have to be easy? Why do you think life is all quick and easy? Why can't it be hard and difficult? Why can't you suffer? Because suffering is what gives it value. If everyone had a 6-pack and it was quick and easy, then it wouldn't be valuable, would it? If everyone walked around with a 6-pack and they got it easily, then no one would give a shit. The whole point is that it's difficult to get. Value is linked to difficulty. If you want something that is valuable, you need something which is difficult to obtain. The fact that you just said you wanted it quick and easily shows that your whole mental model...
Look at the shock on his face.
Something which is difficult to obtain. The fact that you just said you wanted it quick and easy...
That's the face of awakening right there. He's shocked that he has been caught up on it. And it's true. That's a high level of truth that difficulty is linked to value. Difficulty is linked to value. Like how they say pressure makes diamonds. Diamonds can't be made out of you don't no precious jewel out there or no precious thing out there can just be got at the snap of a finger. No, you must grind for it, you must hustle for it. And that also goes to justify this saying that easy come, easy go. Okay, if you're able to get, let's say, $1 billion just like that, before you can even blow it on nonsense because you got it easily. You didn't hustle to get it, you didn't strive to get it. So some of these people just blow their money on easily. But if you, let's say, hustle to get it, if you really struggled, if you went through some toughness to get to that thing, that even makes it more valuable. You are able to cherish it. You're able to look back at this achievement of yours and say, yeah, I really earned this and I deserved it. Wow. And that also goes to bodybuilding. But I have to go back to the gym. God, I miss going to the gym. I have to get back to the gym. I have to get back. Because when you go to the gym, you grind for days, weeks, and you see the little gains coming. You see the cuts coming on your arm and your muscle definitions coming out. That's a high level of satisfaction. You look in the mirror, yeah. So that's why bodybuilders are hard to get. It's hard for bodybuilders to get depressed. I'm telling you, it's hard for. They are also living on the edge, just like warriors. It's a warrior mentality. They are defeating this metals. Okay, please, come on.
Shows that your whole mental model is fucked. You shouldn't be thinking about quick and easy. You should be thinking about hard, suffering, pain, going through it. That's what you should be thinking about. This is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because when it is done, then everyone's going to know that I went through something difficult. Why do you want it to be quick and easy?
You're
Don't
right.
you understand how
it defeats
your mind is?
It defeats.
Your mind is broken. Your mind is broken. I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. You have the chance.
Yo, that's true. Being a man, society doesn't really care about you. And sometimes you're not even mad at it. Okay, like, yeah, give it to the girl, give it to the lady. Come on.
Chance to build yourself up and become a superhero if you're prepared to do the hard work and be indefatigable enough to never quit. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. I think that the world's never going to think you're important unless...
Let me pause it. I'm not saying ladies also don't have to go through struggles. Ladies also have to go through struggles. But I was saying as compared to a man, yo, it's a different thing. Women also have their demons. Women also have their struggles and things that they have to go through to excel. Yeah, and sometimes, yo, I even choose to be a man than a woman. Like, I don't know what women go through, but I enjoy being a man, maybe just because I'm born as a man. So yeah, I'll take it as that way. But yeah, this is just to clear the air that I don't feel that women don't have to go through stuff. I'm just saying, as a man, usually we have the masculine role, we have the father role, the leadership role in the relationship or in the family. So yeah, that role is a bit different.
Unless you make yourself important, I think you get to decide what character you want to be in this movie, which is your life. You can decide if you want to be a comedian or a musician or a fighter. You get to decide what you want to be, and if you work hard enough, you can become it. It's the denial that's going to hold you back the most. The people who go, yes, I'm wasting my potential, those are the ones who have potential. The ones who stand up and go, I am wasting my potential, I could be anything, and I am not that yet. They have a chance.
I believe that. Those who know they have potential are the ones who will say that, because if you don't know, if you don't think you can achieve to anything, maybe you're not even complain about it. You're not even complain that, yo, I'm wasting my time over here, I'm wasting my life over here. So that has to come at a level of awareness of yourself to know that, yeah, I can achieve more. I can skip this 9 to 5. I can build something on my own. I can just take a I can just take a break. I can just go on vacation. I can do whatever I want. That is, let's say, it all goes to some level of financial freedom or financial liberation, and also, yeah, mainly financial liberation, because money, they say money runs the world, right? Be greater.
This stream actually, I'm pretty sure changed lives. I swear to God. You changed lives just now.
I hope so.
Free Top G. Oh. That's it, guys. Thank you for spending this time with me watching this. So as I said, this is my first video of the year. But yeah. This year we are coming out with more content, fresh content, and possibly, even most likely, we are going to do collaborations with other guys in the industry. I've got some people reaching out to me to help support me in this content creation that I've decided to take on, and I really enjoy it. I really love this YouTube thing. So just stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, please like this video and share, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Melody.
Every day. Jules, baby. See, we did try hard every day. We did try vomit catch.